tackle by Jeremy.
Jeremy Hall scored his first goal of the 2018 season, the penalty kick, the game winner against Orange County on Saturday. Waylon Francis just going to send a cross in. Good idea for Seattle. Not quick enough to make a run. Chenkum was a tad behind. A good idea from Waylon Francis just to try to start something for this Seattle side that has been able to score. Out front for Cameron Iwasa. He'll give chase. Rodriguez the mark. Iwasa grew up just down the street. Went to Jesuit High School. Here's Adam Moffitt. Has it poked away. Ray Sari again. He's been fantastic tonight for this Sounders side.
Yeah, I think decision making again there. Adam's got an outlet out wide to Elliott Horde.
Decent
step.
Gomez has Nishad to his left. Will give it to Horde on his right. Horde's going to wind up, send a cross in, crashing into Iwasa. Collision in the box. No look on goal. Just beyond the foot of Vayan Bajev. How about Bajev, a player, 2 goals, 3 assists for the Republic in the USL season. Does have a US Open Cup match goal as well. That was a 3-1 victory over SF City. Now here he is again, looking for a shot on goal. He'll send it up over the top, but the...
Tell you, keep knocking on the door. Keep doing what you're doing, Sacramento, right now. I think everything's working out fine. That final pass, that final cross isn't necessarily the dynamite dagger ball that you want, but they're building up nicely. They're pressing really nicely. They're putting Seattle in really difficult positions and winning balls in good positions. Keep doing what you're doing and stay positive. And sooner or later, you're going to break things down. With 5 minutes to go here in the first half, and there's no better time than right now.
Alex Rodin gets his first touch as he officially now enters the game. Hopi out. Wingo. Alex Rodin and his brother Christian becoming just the 7th siblings to ever start a MLS match together. That happened on April 14th. And Rodin, who many expected would probably spend some time at the Sounders too this year because of injuries, he's had some opportunities. 10 appearances for the MLS side, 7 of those starts. Did have 2 USL starts. But it's going to be a quick learning curve here for Alex Rodin, the 21-year-old midfielder. And now is being called on in this match for Brian Schmetzer and his squad, as this is a club that has had a lot of success in US Open Cup play. 4 Open Cup championships, the first coming in 2009, their inaugural season in MLS. Offside call from the side judge. Assistant referee.
No chance.
Making that call from the other side of the field here. There's Wingo toying with it. Hines and Hall. Hines, a little heavy. Waylon Francis will try to get to it, cannot do it. Sounders would go on to win in 2010 as well, 2011 a three-peat, and then they'd win in 2014. And they lost to San Jose 2-1 at Avaya last year. They're playing with 10 men for most of the match, as Francisco Narbonne was hit with a red card in the 35th minute. They could never quite recover, even though they did score after that red card. Just didn't have enough at the end of the match. The Sounders have been quite successful in Open Cup play. Down goes Nick Hines, a whistle coming. And this is not a team that will go down easily. Last time they lost to a lower division team was in 2013.
That's a skill right there by Nick Hines. Elliott Horde's having none of it.
Over the top, decent run. Opportunity, as you saw, Roldan already making his presence. He's starting to chase as he brought him up. Lamar Nagel playing more of a traditional 10 here for the Sounders side. The Public had 2 or 3 good looks in this first half, have not been able to capitalize. Sounders have had not a whole lot to work with in this 43 minutes of action at Papa Murphy's Park. Stepping, Hall, Bajev. Hall making a run. Hall looking to get in behind, and Rodriguez able to pump him off just a bit, and finds Brian Meredith, who will send it upfield.
Yeah, that's just a little bit too soon by Bajev. He's got to let that run evolve, mature a little bit. Allow someone to step to him, like Rodriguez to take one step towards Bijev rather than with the runner Jeremy Hall. And I think if he does that, Jeremy Hall's in. But still, good pressure again by Sacramento to lead to that. Causing a lot of turnovers for Seattle in that defensive third. Which have really been Sacramento's best chances here in the first half.
Republic have something here. Moffitt, off deflection, a handball. And his hand up, maybe inadvertently hit the back shoulder of Tony Alfaro. But he had that arm out there. And
Adam, do you need an invitation to take a couple of steps?
Well, funny, talking to Adam Moffitt earlier in the week, and we talked about it here, said, you know, there's not a shot Adam Moffitt has yet to pass up. And he said, you know, if I feel like there's an opportunity, I'm going to go for it. There's no reason to be shy. And right there, I think he has a pretty good case. Tony Alfaro's arm way outside of his body. Low cross set in. Ball bouncing around. Meredith can't get to it, and the Sounders do. As we do have 2 minutes of stoppage time. These extra minutes are brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today, Rayleighs.com. Schmidt, Bijev. Change directions. Finding Gomez, has Horde out to his right. Natural position for Horde, usually the right back position, but a little less running for him in that winger spot. Here's Bijev, has a little bit of room, his favorite angle. And will drop it in, and it will be a corner kick for the Republic, the third tonight.
Bijev just hasn't been that effective here tonight in the first 45. He's getting himself in good positions out on that left flank, but usually he's a little bit more clinical going at players. Tonight's just not really clicking in the first 45 minutes here.
Especially what we've seen from number 20 the last few weeks. He's been nearly unstoppable. Ball lofted in, good chance for Sacramento.
Oh, Kamawasa was sizing that up. Great job defensively by the substitute. Rolled on. It's a really good ball in the box by Bijev.
Sacramento, a couple of chances in this first half, could not capitalize. Putting pressure on this Sounder side. Ball lofted in. Schmidt all the way from the other side of the field, looking for another opportunity. Here's Horde, back to Schmidt. Schmidt cutting in. Schmidt, now it's Nisha. Nisha working in. Nisha looking for a shot. And a collective sigh from this Republic side here at Papa Murphy's Park.
A really good look there by Wilson Nisha. Just got to be able to calm yourself in that situation. Your eyes get so big, you get so much adrenaline coming through you. You got to figure out a way to calm things down, have a clean strike on that ball, find target.
Well, that will do it. 45 minutes and 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half of action. And we are no score between the MLS Sounders and the Sacramento Republic of the USLs. The fourth round of the US Open Cup. We have another 45 minutes to go. Don't go away. Halftime's next here from Papa Murphy's Park.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion. But when you stop and ask, who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bacon XL NY pizza, topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's, Love at 425 degrees.
So from the two trucks over here, I want you to pick a new truck for your mom or dad, knowing that they could possibly pass it down to you one day.
Cool.
But before you decide, you should know that Chevy Silverados are the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road, which means that Ford F-150s are not. Which truck would you pick?
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
There you go. Boom.
That was obvious. And plus it looks cooler.
No doubt about it. Now they know what to get me.
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park, 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup here in Sacramento. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you, and let's take a look at our halftime highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. And a match where the Sacramento Republic had a couple of opportunities, and Vian Bajev has had a couple of those in the early get-go here, and an early one from Wilson Nishaw just sprays over the face from Brian Meredith.
Yeah, really good opportunity here on the back post by Elliot Horde. Just can't get on the end of it. Good opportunity here by Carlos Rodriguez. Set piece. Love seeing someone on Sacramento get on the end of these things. Like to see things snap down a little bit crisper, but still good effort nonetheless.
And then Seattle with one of their few chances tonight. A mistake. Shannon Gomez couldn't get back to it. And Waylon Francis, who's been aggressive tonight, and it was Justin Schmidt in the perfect place, coming on as a starter tonight after having the night off against Orange County. And then Moffitt, one of the better looks for the Republic as well. Lofted it in, just came hard charging in. And again, Moffitt sees it sail wide.
A really good strike. Good technique on the weaker left foot by Adam Moffitt. Just pulls it a little bit too much across the face of the goal. Good effort nonetheless.
So after 45 minutes, no score, and each team with a couple of key opportunities, but not enough. Republic had 3 corners there, just not able to find it. And again, the set pieces have been, but the possession is really what stands out to me. 59%, Kevin.
Yeah, you see Seattle, they're sitting back quite a bit, encouraging Sacramento to try to play out, so it's no surprise, really. I don't really think it's indicative of how the game's gone. However, I do think if you look at those highlights, Sacramento clearly has significantly more chances than Seattle did in this first 45 minutes.
Well, don't go away. Coming up after the break, we have the Sounders play-by-play voice, Matt Johnson, coming up to break down what's going on with the Sounders and his thoughts on the first 45 minutes. That's coming up after the break here from Papa Murphy's Park. No score. The second half just a few minutes away, but don't go away. We've got Matt Johnson coming up next.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion. But when you stop and ask, who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
When you set out to find new roads, you can't do it alone. You need a partner on the journey, one you can count on. More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your Greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can. surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. And with me here now, I'm Rob McAllister, and joining me, special guest, the Sounders radio play-by-play voice, Matt Johnson. Matt, coming by.
Hey, thanks very much for having me on. This is fun tonight.
It was great. Well, thanks for coming down to Sacramento. It's almost a Seattle-like night. The temperature's in the mid-60s and the wind here. You brought the weather, I guess. But let's take a glance back at what's going on here with Seattle. Just 2 years ago, here you are hoisting the MLS Cup for the first time. Roman Torres with a big strike. And I know the city's going crazy, the parades, everything that came along with that. But you're back at the MLS Cup 2017. And what happened?
Well, from there, actually, it was right after we came down in February. It was the big injury this year is Jordan Morris. You know, the first match in Champions League down in El Salvador, he blows out his right knee. And really, I mean, that was a massive deal to the club because he was going to be the couple goals last year, throw him out. Everybody was looking at 15, 18 goals from Jordan Morris. He just looked on fire during training camp in Tucson, and it's been one thing after another. And if those shots we see right there, every one of those guys have been injured. Yeah. I mean, and it's Roman Torres. It's Roman Torres stepping on Nico's foot and Nico Ladero breaking his toe. Chad Marshall goes down. Will Bruin. Everybody, Ozzie Alonso, the stud in the middle. So it's been crazy injuries. The epitome of it is that Lamar Nagel walks off the field here in the 37th. So I'm going to talk to coach and just say, I mean, it just continues during the cup run. So it's injuries, and with that, not enough depth, as in we're into 22 to 24 guys, and we can't score this year.
Well, and it's hard. There's one thing you can't control, and I know you brought on Preki, the former Republic coach, to try to fill some void and get that energy going out of the gate. Let's get some scoring out of the gate. And you're supposed, you know, Clint Dempsey here was supposed to just play maybe 20 matches this year to really reserve him for the end of the year, and they've already had to go to him and figure out, hey, you're going to make something happen here. And now the season seems to be a little bit in jeopardy. So how does Brian Schmetzer and the club turn this around?
Well, right now, sitting at the beginning of June, you just kind of have to wait it out. You have to just grind it out. Yeah, we got a game on Saturday versus DC United, then next Wednesday in New York versus Red Bulls, and then you have a small break, and you hope to get Nico back. Obviously, Roman and Gustav are going to be at the World Cup, and they're going to need a little time back, but hopefully you get Nico back from Uruguay. He's suffering from this, like I said, this fractured toe, but the injuries, they've got to get healthier, right? These guys, Ozzie's got to come back. And then Garth Lagerwey, president and general manager, said, yeah, we're going to spend some money. We're going to get a DP and a TAM player, at least one. So with the injured players back, an influence of new players, looking at July, this run, if it happens, is going to be more significant than in 16 and 17 because the hole we've dug is pretty severe.
We were excited to see Jordan Morris and Will Bruin up top. We haven't seen much of either of them this season, so I know it's been a heartbreaker, but we'll see what happens. 12 losses in 2016 when Brian Schmetzer took over. You won the MLS Cup. Maybe it's in the cards. Matt, thanks for coming by. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Matt Johnson, that's the play-by-play voice of the Seattle Sounders. Sounders Republic locked at 0 after 45 minutes of action. U.S. Open Cup, 4th round here from Sacramento. Don't go away. Second half kickoff is coming up next.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza, topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
When you set out to find new roads, you can't do it alone. You need a partner on the journey, one you can count on. More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion. But when you stop and ask, who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
Thanks to Matt Johnson, the play-by-play voice of the Sounders on KJR Radio in Seattle. But now back is my broadcast partner, Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister, 45 minutes in, and we are locked at 0 between these two sides. And let's take a look before we get Kevin's thoughts more on that first half of action. Coming up for Sacramento, Western Health Advantage brings you our upcoming schedule. And like seeing this, we have Phoenix again, and what a match that was, a 3-1 victory. Didier Drogba and company, they put up a lot of shots, but it was the Republic who scored 3 goals in that match. And Wilson Ishak getting his first in this season. And now you have a couple of matches coming up, and I think actually St. Louis is going to be here at home on June 23rd. But either way, a nice little stretch here for Sacramento. Here's some teams that are struggling. You have Fresno, San Antonio, St. Louis, and Fresno again. These are 3 teams that are really having an issue, and that's a good opportunity for Sacramento to get right back, maybe the top of the table even.
Really looking forward to the game on Saturday night, June 9th against Phoenix. The last game they played against, I mean, Phoenix is such a fun team to watch and should provide for a really fun, energetic, action-packed evening. But you're right, Rob, the next 4 after that are gettable. So you got to get yourself over this hump tonight, get over on Sunday, and then continue to roll. And don't take it lightly, don't take it easy, but you're looking at it right now, you're thinking, you know what? Should be some points in your pocket here over the next month.
So let's take a look now. I want to review your Chevy keys to the match and what you saw from that first 45 minutes of action. Just taking a look at those Chevy keys to the match. Your thoughts after 45 minutes, and can they improve on them here in the next 45?
Yeah, I think they can improve. I think the pressure that Sacramento, I would like to see them apply a little bit better. In fact, I'd like to see it quickly done, and as a unit a little bit better. I think the best chance that Sacramento have had in this first half came off that high pressure. So continue to do that. I think they did a fantastic job actually in the first half. Start strong, did a great job. Got to come out the second half strong as well. And communication looks to be pretty good. You don't see too many guys chattering or barking at each other with some orders or demands after the play has already happened, which is typically a sign of poor communication. So far, I think they've done a really good job in all 3. But a new 45 here, still 0-0, and it's going to be key in my mind to come out here strong in the first 5 to 10 minutes and take this game to Seattle, take the wind out of their sails, and make it difficult.
And just, you know, when you think about this team and what we had last year against the Real Salt Lake and the Sacramento Republic side, it was a fun atmosphere here in Papa Murphy's Park. What can the Republic do to break free? And what we saw there, they got aggressive out of the gate, and that second half they started really well, and they seemed to punch Real Salt Lake in the mouth, and it seemed to be over about 70 minutes in.
Yeah, they just continued to press, continue to, like you said, punch him in the mouth and keep the fight on. It's interesting right now, too, is you don't even have Seattle out yet. Seattle's still in the locker room. I don't know if it's their getting a bit of an earful here right now. But
maybe they can't deal with the cold.
Maybe they can't deal with the cold.
It's a little cooler night tonight.
Seattle guys.
Low 60s here at Papa Murphy's Park tonight as the Sounders making their way back out. The Sounders in white tonight, the Republic in the Old Glory red. And the one key player for Seattle tonight that I thought really played above and beyond was Ray Sari, stepping up to the challenge. Shankham's had a couple of decent runs, but Nick Hines, Shannon Hopiau, a little absent here in that 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think Ray Sari's been all over the pitch, done a really nice job as that holding midfielder, breaking up a lot of plays, winning a lot of second balls, retaining possession. Another guy that's looked pretty solid is number 15, Tony Alfaro, done a great job in the back, I think, defensively. Most of the trouble for Seattle's come on their right side, Sacramento's left side. So I think Alfaro's done a great job as well.
And I just want to remind you this broadcast, the 2018 U.S. Open Cup may not be retransmitted, rebroadcasted, or reproduced without the express written consent of U.S. Soccer. Both sides getting ready. Will be Seattle to head to the south end of the field. Sacramento heading to the north. So Sacramento Republic now with the win. Seattle heading in toward the win. So
someday, I mean, that's a big little key here in this game right now. The wind's going to play a factor. Wind's only picked up since the sun's gone down. Get that delta breeze coming through in Sacramento's favor as they're attacking towards the Tower Bridge Battalion. I mean, it's going to be difficult for Seattle to break pressure with long balls. It's going to be easy for Sacramento to break pressure with long balls. And sometimes that long ball, the way Sacramento's playing, could spring a guy like Wilson Nisha or Kamawasa, skip out the entire midfield and counterattack that way. But the wind's going to be a factor here tonight for sure in the second half.
Sounders start things off, head to the south end of the field here. Alex Roldan came on as a substitute as Lamar Nagel went down with appears to be a groin injury, and the injury woes for the Sounders continue to pile up. Mistakes also an issue for the Sounders side this evening. Moffitt finding Bajev in the mid. Owasa will peel off. Bajev dancing with it, will spray it out wide. Has an opportunity from Horde. Horde will send a cross in. Here's Bajev. Bajev just can't connect. And he knew he blew a big opportunity there for the Sacramento Republic. And now looking to break are the Sounders, who have had trouble just finding an opportunity to score. Schmidt stepping up.
It's a really good opportunity, and the guy you want on the ball in that situation, in my opinion right now, Sofian Bijev. Looks like it's just way too big of a swing once again. Just make that a little bit more compact. And the poor giveaway here by Elliott Horde. But good build-up for Sacramento once again. Win the ball. This poor square ball across the middle of the park by Seattle. Good pressure. Leads to a decent chance here in the first few minutes for Sacramento.
You feel like if the Republic can score, they may be able to seal this game, as Seattle's had a tough time scoring. Here's an opportunity now. Collision into the 6. And a hard charging Sounder attack here, and a couple of players, including Mitchell Tainer, are going to be slow to get up.
Yeah, you got Tainer right here putting his body on the line. It's a center back. You can sense if you're going down here, you know there's going to be contact.
It's Nick Hines who goes in hard. Mitchell Tainer and Josh Cohen each colliding with the youngster.
Good defensive play there by. Yeah, looks like Tainer just catches Cohen, maybe the studs.
So a corner kick coming up for the Sounders. Just 7 goals in this MLS season, the worst in all of MLS. They have not scored in 2 matches. They've scored only 2 goals in the entire month of May. Ball driven hard back post. And O'Farrell shielding.
It's a dive. No way. That's a terrible call.
Carlos Rodriguez being talked to about holding the jersey. Alfaro goes down. He just waits for Schmidt. A little push in the back, and he's going to sell that one, and he is able to make the purchase. There's no doubt about it.
So the linesman is literally 5 feet away.
Justin Schmidt and company a bit confused. Would be the left-footed Nick Hines.
Bijev's got to take some steps forward here.
Ball driven low, dangerous play, nearly tapped back. And Justin Schmidt with a dangerous ball back towards his goalkeeper. And Cohen was just out there with an outstretched arm, missed by about a foot or 2. Another set piece for Seattle. That's 3 already in this second half of action.
Justin Schmidt there. Not the best piece of skill. Trying to clear the ball.
Wingo comes over to help, and whistle foul in the box. Maybe too much shoving between the 2 sides, and it'll be Alfonso Marielsal to bring over Mitchell Tainer and Tony Alfaro.
You need 2 guys out here if you're Sacramento. I don't know why Shannon Gomez keeps stepping back.
Wingo looking to turn the corner. Wingo with a low ball and bouncing around through the box. Rodriguez and Sacramento lucky to get away with one there, as Seattle had a good opportunity to step into the 6. And this is the best run of form we've seen from Seattle in these first 4 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, I don't know why Sacramento doesn't have 2 guys out on that set piece on the corner kick. It makes it so much more difficult, so much more efficient and easy for Seattle to get a ball in the box. If you get 2 guys out there.
Here's Waylon Francis, deep throw. Gomez gets to it. Now it's Horde. Look to switch the field and just get it out of the danger area.
deflection on that Sacramento's ball here. See if they can build out now. Looks like Seattle's stepping a little bit higher here in the second half, maybe changing things up as they let Sacramento try to play out of the back.
Felix Jankum giving chase, was issued a yellow card in the 10th minute of play. And that's the type of pressure they're hoping to put on the Republic and make mistakes.
A good pressure right there, and look what it leads to. It leads to a difficult ball for Josh Cohn to hit. As it sails out for a throw, and Seattle still back foot on the gas.
Mistake here. Wilson Nisha collects it, keeps it along the touchline. Last time Seattle lost to a lower division team was in 2013. That was the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Moffitt looking for Wilson Nisha, trying to get past Rodriguez, and Nisha get a toe in on, and it will be a throw for Seattle.
Still good play by Sacramento, good win in the middle of the park. Now this is where you got to lock him in, pinch him down here, make sure that's very difficult for Seattle to get out and win the second ball and keep going.
Brian Schmetzer calling for directions, bringing Nick Hines and company a little bit tighter into that center of the park. Another turnover, however, volleying around between the two sides. It is yet to touch the turf. Finally does. It's Shankum coming from behind. They'll play advantage. Looking to run from Nick Hines to the left side. Waylon Francis just a bit behind him as Shankum will now head toward goal. Alex Roldan on the pitch. Down low, keeps it. And shielding was Tainter. Carlos Rodriguez still with it. A little nervous moments here for the Sacramento Republic, and they'll earn the throw. But Seattle's looked much sharper here in 5 minutes of play than they did in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, pressure's been relieved here. Just weather the storm a little bit, get control of the ball for your Sacramento. I think Seattle's doing a really good job of keeping the pressure on, locking Sacramento in their own defensive third.
Sorry steps up again. Bright spot in that first half of play.
Sacramento's not doing themselves any favors either by turning the ball over so simply.
Ray Sorry, captain for the S2 side. As Mitchell Tainter goes back for it. 46 tackles won in the midfield a season ago, a breakout year in a rookie season for Ray Sorry. Just 22 years of age, and they love what he can bring, and I wouldn't be surprised if you say Ray Sorry up with the first team in the next year or two. Along this right side, it's been a bit quiet for the Sounders, including L and Hopiao, and you can throw in Dellum a little bit. They've really tried to work off that left side. See if Sacramento can adjust. Angling ball.
Probably say that about even the left side too, you know. Nick Hines really hasn't been too active going forward in the first half. Shankum really hasn't done too much besides pressure.
The best opportunities for Seattle has come in this second half. For Sacramento, 4 good looks in that first half. Not able to capitalize and score. Stepping up. Good challenge from Moffitt. He'll try to keep this possession for the Republic, and Elliott Horde will send it backward, and they'll recycle all the way to Josh Cohen.
Now look at Seattle continuing to press. It's got to be Brian Schmetzer in the locker room telling his guys, let's put the pressure on these guys now.
Good step. Schmidt battling. Bajev goes down. Easy whistle for the referee, Alejandro Mariscal. You think about this, the scoring woes, Kevin, of this Seattle side. They've been shut out now 7 times this year. In the last 6 matches, they've only scored 2 goals, and that was in the same match, a 2-1 win over Toronto in May. And there have been injuries, but it just seems flat overall from the Sounders side.
Yeah, I think flat's an understatement, really. Considering the expectations, considering, you know, their budget.
Opportunity, Waylon Francis cutting it back in. Wingo. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, the opportunities are starting to come, and they still as a unit don't feel that they're playing their best run of soccer in their second place, tied with Phoenix in the Western Conference of the United Soccer League. Got to feel pretty good if you're Simon Elliott and you feel your players say that they're not playing their best soccer quite yet, and they're right in the thick of the hunt. Can Republic pull off the upset here? Over the top to Chenkum. Mitchell Tainer. Chenkum into the area. Out wide to Waylon Francis now. Wind continuing to pick up at Papa Murphy's Park. Here's Dellum. Space to work with for Seattle.
Seattle doing a good job. Patient, moving the ball quickly.
Francis will send across, back post. Hopiao there. Hopiao, one header, two. Looking for Chenkum on the run. Bijev able to get it out of the danger zone. Good defending by the Republic.
Good ball in the box. Hopiao does a great job, tries to knot it across the face to Chenkum. I like that decision by Hopiao. We've taken something really special to beat Josh Cohen from that position, that angle.
Josh Cohen on the year, 1.16 goal against average, 2 shutouts in 12 appearances, 37 saves. He's in the top 6 of the USL. Here's a good run from Wilson Nisha. Just can't get to it quick enough, and it falls to the arms of Brian Meredith.
No, Sacramento can't keep doing this, looking for that quick outlet right now. The long ball, it's gone straight. The wind and the conditions today, it's going to go straight to Brian Meredith. Keep the ball. I think Sacramento needs a spell of possession here to kind of take the wind out of the sails of Seattle. I know they're pressing, but still, move the ball quickly, move it around. Don't look for that home run pass.
Well, and for Sacramento, you see Brian Meredith, who has MLS experience, mishit by Josh Cohen. Tainer in a little bit of trouble here, needs to clear it along that line. It does to Justin Schmidt.
No movement for him.
And Schmidt now having to work on himself, and it's going to be a problem. Hopiao, a strong challenge from Mitchell Tainer. But Brian Meredith on the year has had a bit of troubles, to say the least. 2.5 goal against average. That's 10 goals in 4 matches, Kevin. And here's a goalkeeper that has had a front four in front of him, I should say, that the back four in front of him that has not protected him very well. So clearly they can be had with many of the same players that he's seen throughout the season in front of him. Sacramento's got to take advantage here, and especially a game knotted at 0 apiece. 1 goal may do it tonight. L over the top. Dellum just a bit late on his run. It'll fall to Josh Cohen. The most we've seen from Brian Meredith, goalkeeper for Seattle, was back in 2012 when he made 12 appearances with 3-3 and 5.
And this is where Sacramento slow things down a little bit. Retain the possession, move it, 1 and 2 touch.
How much you relying on Adam Moffat and Jeremy Hall for Sacramento at this moment?
Still, there's got to be movement off the ball once you have it.
Seattle's own possession here in the second half of play after 59% possession owned by the Republic in the first half. Shannon Gomez, a little bit of room here, working against Nick Hines. Tries to send it to the byline. Just too much on it.
Just trying to do too much there, Shannon Gomez. Feet moving faster than his brain's moving.
As we said, Sounders 2-7-2. Just 7 goals scored, 14 allowed, 8 points on the year. It's their worst start in club history. They had 10 last year, but still made the MLS Cup final. Cameron Iwasa into the feet of Ray Sari, slows the attack. Horde trying to keep it going. Here's Bijev, up over the top, a little dink. Falls to Tony Alfaro, who's going to send it to the sideline. Working along that touchline tonight. Both teams have tried to make something happen there. Good step here. Bijev gets it back from Moffat. To Moffat again. Horde to his right. Horde there. Down goes Moffat. Horde will send it in. Across an opportunity. And it's Cameron Iwasa. The game's first goal as Adam Moffat went down. Iwasa cut back. Horde with a beautiful service. And the Sacramento Republic are looking to make some distance here in the 60th minute as they add the game's first goal to the tally. Can they get more and shut this thing down and move on to the next round?
Tell you what, this game is so cruel sometimes. Seattle's played so well. Get a look right here. Good tackle by, a late tackle by Sari. Good ball across the box, right across the face. Kamawasa makes himself big, redirects it in the back of the net past Brian Meredith, but good pressure and good build-up. So it looks like even Alfaro, not even sure why he lets this ball go past him. But good pressure, good persistency by Sacramento to keep their foot on the gas. And all of a sudden this game's flipped on its head after Seattle comes out really strong in the second half. But like I said, good persistence by Sacramento and getting themselves a goal here.
Cameron Iwasa, his first U.S. Open Cup goal of the season. The team leader is Kevin Aliman, who's not in the 18 tonight. But Cameron Iwasa, the perfect step.
Sure, that foul.
Either way, there was a moment where it looked like he may have been offside, but perfectly laid up. In a great position from Elliot Horde, and that's what Elliot Horde does best for this Republic side.
I tell you what, there's a lot going on with that play too, trying to call it. You got, Alejandro Mariscal, the referee, calling advantage on that tackle. As Sari goes in real late to Adam Moffat. Adam Moffat does a good job. I think he senses that pressure, senses the collision's about to happen.
Felix Chankum has put pressure on Josh Cohen all night, and again, Moffat stepping, a hold from Alex Roldan, and it's going to be a yellow card. Easy call from Mariscal.
It's a great turn by Adam Moffat. Just a little deke like he's going to go backwards. Opens up his hips.
Sacramento beat the Real Salt Lake side a year ago on this turf, 4-1. And Mike Petke and company were a bit shocked, to say the least, even though some of the top players from RSL did not feature in that match. They felt like they had enough to win. Did not get the victory. Sacramento would go on to LA, lose by 2-0. And a mistake here, and now Alex Roldan and company looking to make something happen. Sacramento won 4-1 in that match. They lead this game 1-0 after a Cameron Iwasa goal in the 60th minute. 28 minutes to go still here from Papa Murphy's Park. Francis moving forward. Weighted ball to Nick Hines. Nick Hines will send a cross in to the foot of Mitchell Tainter, and one of the best center backs in the USL. There's a couple of nice stops this evening. Back comes Seattle quickly. A little bit of a buzz here. Don trying to lay it up. And it'll be a goal kick for Josh Cohen. Josh Cohen, 28 appearances, 8 clean sheets a year ago with Phoenix. He was on one heck of a run until Sacramento put up 2 goals against Cohen in the Phoenix Rising. It was one of the best runs in all of USL history for a Didier Drogba. Jason Johnson led team a year ago. Sean Wright Phillips in there as well. And Sacramento coming up with a big win to help them secure a place in the final 8. And then Josh Cohen had an opportunity as a free agent to look elsewhere, and he didn't think that Sacramento would be an opportunity for him. Evan Newton made his way to Cincinnati, and then all of a sudden there was an opening. And with Todd Donovan, the former Los Angeles Galaxy midfielder, taking over as technical director, Cohen's agent connected with Donovan, and here we are with Josh Cohen, and has one heck of a year going for the Sacramento Republic. Alfaro. Alfaro was born in Mexico but grew up in Santa Barbara.
Good step right there. Good read and good cover by Carlos Rodriguez.
They cleared the stands as well, almost at the water park next door. Carlos Rodriguez, a couple of key starts this year, 2 assists on the year. He's had a pretty good games working for him in the last couple of weeks. He has really turned it on. And with Cole Seiler a little bit banged up, he has earned that starting position and may not let go of it. Elliott Horde, ball for Cameron Iwasa on the run. Can Iwasa get to it? First touch, second touch, out comes Meredith off his line. No one making a run with him. Here comes Moffitt with a strike, saved by Meredith. Moffitt again, a follow-up to the side, and Sacramento fans can't believe it. And a little bit of angst here for the Sounders. Somehow they get away clean.
Oh my God, talk about action. What a wonderful play by Cam Iwasa right here. Stays on his feet, has the composure, finds the trailing run of Adam Moffitt. Adam Moffitt, a great strike on target, tough ball to hit, stays with it. Great save by Brian Meredith, and another strike by Moffitt again, or deflects out for a corner kick. But great play all around. Great play by, I tell you what, Cam Iwasa right there. Great job using the strength to win that ball for Sacramento. Great job by Sacramento players trailing that run. Let's see if they can find something here to reward themselves for all the hard work.
Papa Murphy's Park is buzzing. Deep ball carried by the wind. Tainer Steves it in play. It'll be another corner kick for the Republic. And the momentum stays on this side of the field. Nearly broke it open 2-0. Game's first goal came from Cameron Iwasa, and a great setup from his first start to the season's Elliott Horde. Elliott Horde went to college at UC Davis, just 15 minutes west of here. Here's Vian Bajev. Bajev lofts it again, another strong ball trying to get Meredith off his line, and that back header nearly got past Meredith, who was hugging that far post.
Yeah, the ball sails on Bajev a little bit. Good job by Sacramento still to have some guys on the back post crashing. Look here, looks like it's Cam Iwasa, gets himself up, just tries to knot it down, sneaking in that near post.
The other way is, here's Hopiau. Nifty move, back to the midfield. Pops up, Hall shielding, battling with Wingo. Wingo, who had a goal here in February. They would love to get one here. He just sends a deep curling ball. Good play, knocked away from Josh Cohen. The wind may have kept that thing in. And Seattle with a dangerous set piece, and now it's Cameron Iwasa out in the open field. Wilson Nishaw making a run. So will somehow try to find it, crosses the field. Either way, the Republic hold on possession. But Jev and company not quite done.
Once again, good job by Cam Iwasa being an outlet. As your back four, they're under pressure. Good job recognizing that by Cam Iwasa and keeping the ball.
Gomez, Horde, along that touch line. Horde battling with Waylon Francis. Waylon Francis taking Horde down. May have slid it out first. It'll be a throw for the Republic. And as hot as Seattle started out of the gate from the second half, the Republic have played better in the last 15, and they now have the game's first goal, and they're looking to add another. Near the byline. An opportunity again. Gomez. He'll look for something better. We'll send it all the way back to the center back. Here's Justin Schmidt. He'll make his run, a rare run from Schmidt, trying to find the corner. Just a little bit of a lazy ball from Vian Bajev. Seattle not out of this quite yet, though. Good job from Jeremy Hall to move it forward. Dangerous high kick coming from Tony Alfaro.
These second balls are becoming so vital.
And for both teams, you're right, Kevin. Seems to be coming off strong, up to the right side. Has some space, ball deep. Here's for Bajev. And Jordy Dellum able to get ahead to it. Republic attack. Roldan extends his arm, able to maintain possession. Jeremy Hall came crashing. You don't see a lot of those type of runs from Jeremy Hall this year. He's typically sat back, but with Adam Moffitt and Hall into the midfield, they've started to play really well off each other tonight, and they're each countering with the run. One goes up, seems like the other's going back.
Yeah, doing a really good job covering each other. We talked about earlier in this game. Where at this point in the season, I think there's no more excuses in terms of guys not playing together enough with each other, not knowing each other well. Looks like Simon's got these guys whipped into shape pretty nicely right now.
Well, this U.S. Open Cup, it's a single elimination tournament that includes just about every team in the United States. MLS 2 teams are not allowed to play, but they can bring players up from that MLS 2 side. They are limited, however, a number of players they can add to these rosters late, including international slots, which is limited to 5. Tonight, however, there's only going to be 1 for Seattle. Now Sacramento looking to break again. Iwasa.
Once again, Cam, a great job being that outlet. Look at drive into that final third and keep the ball. Love it.
Sacramento still has all 3 substitutions, with Lamar Nagel going down in the 37th minute. They had to make a change, and so Alex Roldan came in the midfield. Justin Schmidt partially deflected to Hall. It finds. And Felix Chaycom is down. And maybe cramping a bit with that left foot. Has not had a lot of action in the last month since signing with the Sounders MLS side. But in this U.S. Open Cup, 97 clubs across the United States, $300,000 in prize money is at stake. Sacramento is just one of 12 lower division or non-MLS teams still in the tournament heading into this 4th round. Now, a couple of teams have been sent off now, including FC Cincinnati. So that number has dwindled since the night began. Sacramento hoping to move on. And should they move on, they'll either take on San Jose or one of the other former clubs of Kevin Goldthwait, the Portland Timbers, and a coin flip will determine where that match is played. So it could be here, should the Republic go on to win tonight, on June 20th at Papa Murphy's Park. It could be at Portland or San Jose. And Felix Chaycom is not moving as fast as I think that Brian Schmetzer is hoping. Not a lot of options for Schmetzer here. You would likely see maybe a Harry Shipp, probably a David Olson, or I would imagine maybe even a Marlon Vargas, the young 17-year-old academy player. And with DC United on Saturday, I don't know if you'll see Kevin Leardom or Nuhu into this match, but we'll see what happens if they do have to make a substitution.
They're still going to work on Chaycom. No one's coming up off the bench, but it looks like that's just a cramp. But he's going to have to figure out a way to shake it.
And Wingo will send it back to give possession to the Republic, who gave it up for.
And not a good look for Chaycom, too. If you're trying to get minutes with that first team, you start coming out and play 70 minutes of a match on a great night to play with great weather, and you're cramping up. You know, you got to think, what's your preparation like?
He does have 4 goals with the USL side. And he is back on, so Felix Chaycom ready to go, the Cameroonian national, who signed in 2017 with the Sounders too. He came over from Rainbow FC. And along with Rodriguez, those two both coming from Rainbow FC in Cameroon. And they've become close friends.
Yeah, great relationship.
And
Leo Colin over the agent.
I think Ezra Hendrickson, who was the S2 head man, was a part of bringing those players over. But you're right, Kevin. If there's an opportunity for Felix Chaycom to earn his spot and get some minutes on the MLS side, this would be it. In a game where the Sounders find themselves down a match. Here is Wilson Nishaw. He's onside. Will come back for it. Looking for a little bit of space. Here's now Elliot Horde will send across in. Iwasa with a quick touch. A diving save from Brian Meredith. And an absolutely beautiful attempt from Iwasa, but an even better save from the keeper, Brian Meredith.
Yeah, great piece of skill right there by Cam Iwasa. Very difficult ball to hit. Does everything you'd like him to do, but a better save by Brian Meredith.
Here's Adam Moffat, not quite done yet. Will strike it from about 35 yards or so.
I think had some heat on it too. That was an absolute seed by Adam Moffat.
maybe about 25 yards from Madam Moffett, but Brian Meredith has made 2 fantastic saves tonight to keep his team into this match. Another diving beauty to his right from Meredith.
Tell you what, that's the skill you want to see from Cam Oasa. That's what we talk about right there. If you want to understand when I say short swing, that's a short swing right there by Cam Oasa, using the weight of the ball from the service and just getting your laces, making clean contact on it, and try to redirect it somewhere on target. Great piece of skill right there by Cam Oasa.
Well, the Republic are going to make a substitution here, and they're going to go to what I believe is one of the most improved players from the time that he signed here in the early part of the season to today, and that is Yuri Matiasic. 1 goal, 1 assist on the season, and more or less a substitution as Elliot Horde has yet to play a full 90 this season. What a shift number 26 put in tonight. Has the assist now that could be the game-winning goal to Cameron Oasa, and that came in the 60th minute, so a good shift for 75 minutes. Now we have Yuri Matiasic, who played fantastic on Saturday. How do you think this will go here for Yuri Matiasic, and how does he make an impact? Meanwhile, Harry Shipp coming in for Shannon Hopiau for Sounders. What does Yuri bring to this side here for the Republic, Kevin?
I like what Elliott's done here in the first 75 minutes. I think you're exactly right. I think fitness is probably the concern for Simon. Don't take any risks with Elliott. But Matiasic should bring some creativity. I want to see him be a little bit more defensive-minded. Look to spring Cam when you can. Don't take any chances. And keep the ball when your team has it.
Matiasic, 26 years of age, from Slovenia.
It's a great step right there.
Already getting into this action here. Meanwhile, it's Harry Shipp, the 26-year-old from Lake Forest, Illinois. 2 goals, 1 assist for the Sounders in 2017. And just 2 MLS appearances here in 2018. And he has an opportunity to try to get in favor of Brian Schmetzer. Meanwhile, that's the 2nd substitution for the Sounders.
Just another one of those guys, Harry Shipp, that got so much talent. Miscommunication there. It's totally fine. Like that first touch by Cam. But Harry Shipp, just one of those guys, came out of into the league from Notre Dame, into Chicago, did really, really well in Chicago. Ended up kind of get blindside trade up to Montreal.
And then he was traded.
Performed pretty well, and then find himself in Seattle. A great place for him to kind of revitalize his career. And just can't get in the squad. Is, you know, great possession mind player. Still want to see him. If he wants to get in the first team more, I think he's got to be more dynamic with his final passes. Good chance for Sacramento to go here.
Speaking of dynamic.
Bad decision there.
Wilson knee shot, and just on cue did not do what we'd hope.
But tonight could be a great opportunity for a guy like Harry Shipp to get himself involved, get himself on the score sheet, create chances for his teammates, and, you know, make it difficult for Brian Schmetzer to leave him out the team.
Well, he ended the year quite well for Brian Schmetzer as they dealt with some injuries and played in 3 of those 5 final matches and was a key contributor in getting them to the finale. Can he find some magic here at Papa Murphy's Park and tie things up in this U.S. Open Cup match? Misplayed by Shannon Gomez, lucky there, and Harry Shipp nearly had a good look on it. Cameron Oasa, there's plenty of space as it will stay in play until the final moment there. But so the Republic have used 1 substitution. They brought in Yuri Matiasic. It was Alex Roldan who was brought in a little bit midway through the first half as Lamar Nagel went down with a groin injury, and now Harry Shipp comes in for the 2nd substitution for the Sounders tonight, who are down a goal. Cameron Oasa in the 60th minute is the difference maker as it stands. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, former MLS veteran, with you tonight alongside myself, Rob McAllister. We appreciate you. Hope you tune in for the halftime as we had radio voice of the Sounders, Matt Johnson, on the air with us. Great conversation, what is wrong in Seattle these days, and the biggest thing he talked about was the injuries and how they can bounce back, and there's still quite a bit of soccer left, 2/3 of the season to go. And remind fans, there was 12 losses when Brian Schmetzer took over in 2016. But yet at this point in the season, they had done just a bit better at that point in time. And through 11 games, they were in much better position than they are tonight. And they were 4-6-1 at this point compared to what they are now. It's 2-7-2. Right side, Shannon Gomez just trying to get past Waylon Francis, just a bit behind. Good run again by Cameron Owasa, who has seemed to pick up some steam as this game has gone along instead of going the other way.
Just good patience by Sacramento there. Matty Osic does a good job on the ball. Shannon Gomez does a good job on the ball, doesn't force things.
Seattle's going to have another substitution, and there's the whistle. And this time it's David Olson, who we expected to see in this match maybe a little bit sooner, but he will come in as he'll be ready as he's getting some last-minute instructions from the sidelines about maybe how to attack this Republic side who leads by a goal here at home. Hall, a little quick touch. Republic still have to battle for about 10 minutes or so. Don't expect a whole lot of extra time here, as there have not been a whole much of stoppage time. Just a little bit for Felix Chankum injury, so maybe about 2 minutes if we expect it now. Here's Cameron Owasa getting pushed down, and that's going to be a foul and a free kick for the Republic. Is Rodriguez extended his arm, and a yellow card coming his way. That's the third booking against the Sounders tonight. The second in the second half.
Okay, a great little turn there by Cam Owasa. He's got Ray Sari right in front of him, just uses the weight of the pass to his benefit. He's able to turn right off the shoulder of Sari and get himself in this position right here. I tell you what, this wouldn't be too audacious here for a guy like Adam Moffat to pull the trigger here. Hit something with pace, get the wind at your back, test the goalkeeper.
So Nick Hines out, and it's the 21-year-old David Olson, the Sounders Academy product, who began his career as a striker, has moved into the midfield predominantly. 9 USL appearances, does have an assist on the season. Crowd stomping their feet on the metal bleachers. Bajev over it, Moffat behind him. And they'll see how they'll bait Ray Sari and the rest of the Sounders. Bajev lets it go for Moffat. Moffat hauls it in and sends it in to Brian Meredith.
You know what? I don't mind that effort from Adam Moffat. I like you said, the distance, you get the wind. Chance to step here. And try to bounce it into Brian Meredith. You use the pace of the ball. It's a bit slick out there. Sometimes when it hits the turf, it'll pick up space. Great step again.
Great takeaway from Vian Bajev, looking for some teammates. Sari tries to get to him. Bajev takes it with it, nearly gets it through. Brian Meredith couldn't hang on to the soft one. Took a beauty from Adam Moffat, and that one nearly trickled in to make it 2-0. But it stays 1-0 here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Good piece of skill once again. Great step by Bajev. He's able to beat a man, beat another man. A good look right here. Good strike. Almost sneaks it into that near post. A good look right now. Almost gets underneath Meredith's arm.
A cool night in Sacramento, low 60 degrees. It started at about 68. The wind has continued to blow to the north end of the field, the direction the Republic are going now. You can see the side flag. This one's deep. Going to be for Rodriguez. He'll loft it up. Chance for the Sacramento Republic to follow up. It's Nisha. Yuri Matiasic will shield it enough. Back to Bajev again. And Bajev goes down hard, and he's going to be booked here for a challenge against Ray Sari, and the Sounders try to quickly start. They'll be brought back as the yellow card is handed to Vian Bajev.
Take that yellow card all day. Very late challenge. Slows things down. So it's been a great opportunity for Seattle to break on a counterattack. Heavy touch right here by Bajev. Could have been more in my opinion too. But take that yellow card, move on, and get your shoulders right, get your position, get your shape.
No indication of how much time will be added to the end of this one, but time is running out for this Sounder side. Meredith, 2 big saves tonight to keep Seattle into this one. In the 4th round of this U.S. Open Cup playoff between the Republic and the Sounders, it's been Cameron Owasa who's continued to apply pressure, make decent runs. He got the 1 goal from assist from Elliot Horde, who made his first start of the 2018 season. Can they hang on? Sounders came out of the half strong. Jeremy Hall holding. He'll commit the foul, and he may see yellow, and he does.
That's a great little play. That's what Harry Shipp can do. He's so shifty, so quick.
Republic were not booked the entire night, and now they've been booked twice in the last minute. And a big reason is to slow down play. Try to eat up this clock and get away with a win.
Look at a little turn right there, then just dips underneath. Jeremy can do nothing but pull. You can see it's starting to get a little hectic out here.
Well, you're right. Harry Shipp had 7 goals in 2014 with Chicago in the breakout year. Has not produced quite since. This one's lofted in. Good, decent ball for Seattle. Bouncing around. Still an opportunity. Second chance sent over the bar. And the Republic will have a goal kick here.
Shankham just can't get his body over that, leaning back the whole time. Start slowing things down if you're Sacramento. Take all the tempo, take all the energy out of the game. Make it difficult for Seattle to get into any sort of rhythm here and kill the game out. See how well Sacramento can do that here.
Ball through. Wasa goes down. Matijasic into the corner. Matijasic looking to attack. He'll pull it back out and retain possession instead. Bajev on floor, looking for Iwasa, finding now to the right side. Shannon Gomez.
Great patience right now by Sacramento. Moving the ball nicely as well.
To the deck, down low, opportunity. Iwasa was waiting. A step in.
Still good pressure by Misha. Great job by Sacramento.
They'll retain possession there, stays up on his feet. Looks to go. Waylon Francis pokes it out of play. It'll be a throw for the Republic.
Great job right there. Last sequence right there from the time that they kept the ball down on its left side from Matijasic all the way to this point. Good job by Sacramento doing all the little things right.
Looking to turn. Takeaway, sending it upfield. Mitchell Tainer has to track back. Shankham giving chase still, and this is where things can get a little bit dangerous for Sacramento as Shankham nearly in as well. Jordy Dellum trying to head it forward. Wingo will cross the field. A square ball allows Matijasic to recover for a moment, colliding with Francis. Francis will look to turn and keep it on the floor. Sounders have used all 3 substitutions now, and they'll try to get one in here in the final moments of play.
Silly foul.
And Ray Sari now is coming up limping, and this could be trouble if he can't continue, as he is standing pretty flat-footed in the midfield. And it'll be a throw for the Republic as Henry Wingo was looking for more, and now Ray Sari may be attended to, trying to maybe earn some more minutes for this Sounders side, but it's not looking good for Seattle now, as a couple of their key players have come up cramping. Felix Shankham not too long ago in about the 75th minute. Republic with 2 consecutive shutouts, and Josh Cohen to the media said it's been a long time coming. Our defense has really been on point, and you can say that again here this evening, Kevin. They have looked fantastic, and Cameron Iwasa over the top, somehow stays on his feet. Jesuit High School kid dropping it off to Matijasic. Matijasic can't make the cut soon enough. Bumped off his line from Tony Alfaro, and it'll be a corner kick for the Republic. And the Tower Bridge Battalion's going crazy.
I tell you what, the second half by Cam Iwasa today has been absolutely fantastic. Little play right there. Great touch on that pass to Matijasic. Has the composure Cam does to lay that ball off. Kill another 30 seconds to 45 seconds to keep a set piece in Sacramento's favor right here. Great job by Cam Iwasa in the second half.
Matijasic, hard-driven ball, bounces around, still an opportunity, a follow-up, not there. Meredith again with a big save. For the 4th time tonight, Brian Meredith has kept the Sounders into this match.
How does that ball not go in the back of the net?
Misplayed by Shankham. taken away by Shannon Gomez. Not numbers, so he'll work his way into the corner and try to kill off the clock at the very least. Cuts back in, still an opportunity for Sacramento to hold on. This is Cameron Iwasa again, who has been brilliant. He has the game-winning goal as we speak that came in the 60th minute. Sacramento is getting applause from this home side for the effort they have given for this full 90. Plenty of time for Seattle, though. 4 minutes of stoppage time coming. Adam Moffat and company not quite done yet, being held, working against Ray Sari now. It's to Delham's feet. And Seattle will look to turn. A foul is called against Matijasic as Harry Shipp goes down. Four minutes of extra time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra rewards program. Find out more, Rayleigh's.com. Republic trying to move on to the 5th round for the 2nd consecutive year. Here's Chankum, big eyes wide open, opportunity for Seattle. Chankum again up top of the point. Follow up coming on the dirt, follows in, and it's in! Somehow the Sounders have struck in stoppage time, a rebound deflection, and it's Harry Shipp who evens this thing at 1.
Absolute dagger if you're Sacramento.
And you don't like to see the body language from the Republic right now, as they felt they had this game sealed, and somehow it went out to Harry Shipp. He calmly let it go, and it took a slight deflection, and Adam Moffat and company can only put their hands over their heads in a bit of despair.
I don't know if it's Moffat. I'll tell you what, that's the reason why you put things on target though, Rob. You see Harry, see how small of a swing he takes in that situation. I think it's a great example of what I preach all the time. Short swing, keep it on target, good things happen. But I tell you what, the gods are not smiling well. They're smiling down on us tonight because absolute robbery. We go down 30 seconds, 45 seconds ago. Sacramento probably should have had one. Great save by Brian Meredith.
He's had 3 tonight that have been a showstopper to say the least. Brian Meredith has come up big for this team in a season where he has seen 11 goals go into the back of his net.
Seattle's probably going to be down a man. Could be down 2 men if Ray Sari can't figure things out as well.
So Felix Shankum is hobbling off the pitch here, and there's going to be plenty of time for the Republic to try to find one in the back of the net. Ray Sari appears to be okay and is good to go. But how about this? Harry Shipp, the 26-year-old midfielder, star at Notre Dame, big-time player with Chicago, Montreal. Here with Seattle, good late run last year in 2017, has not seen much of the pitch. His first goal in 2018 comes in a crucial moment in the U.S. Open Cup to tie it 1 apiece. Can the Republic respond? They've outplayed the Sounders team for most of this match. Just finding a little bit more magic in the end here, and they'll be on their way to the 5th round. Sounders trying to prevent that from happening. Last time they let a lower division team through on their behalf was in 2013. Ball switch nicely done by Tainer. Down to his feet, cutting in. Sacramento Republic looking for an inch. Here's Harry Shipp again. Shipp with fresh legs, makes a mistake. Matijasic. Here's Pajev, has Iwasa in front of him. Iwasa, it's Meredith. Meredith comes out, stays inside the 18, and comes up with another big play for Seattle.
Great little ball there as well. Brian Meredith does a really good job coming off his line quickly.
Seattle's throw. 4 minutes of stoppage time was added, but we'll probably have another minute or so. Shipp battling with Moffat. Lays it up, good ball for Seattle. Holding on, still an opportunity on the floor. Josh Cohen into the arms, and he'll walk it out slowly. Cameron Owasso scored in the 60th. Harry Shipp just followed up 3 minutes ago in stoppage time. Justin Schmidt, a little bit of trouble. And Felix Chankum is still struggling, which is only going to be a good sign for the Republic. Over the top again, making a deep run. A little too heavy here. And Brian Meredith able to find it.
You got to find the corners. You got to find the channels with those balls. If you're Carlos Rodriguez, it's too easy for Brian Meredith to come out and scoop it up. Got to get it outside the 18-yard box.
And that will do it for regulation. So 4 minutes and plus of stoppage time, nearly 5 full minutes after the 90th minute mark. Seattle gets one about a minute into stoppage time. And so we will continue on here and play a bit more from Papa Murphy's Park as Harry Shipp, the hero for Seattle, able to tie it up in the 90-plus minute. End of regulation, it is 1-1. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here from Papa Murphy's Park. Don't go away.
So from the 2 trucks over here, I want you to pick a new truck for your mom or dad, knowing that they could possibly pass it down to you one day.
Cool.
But before you decide, you should know that Chevy Silverados are the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road, which means that Ford F-150s are not. Which truck would you pick?
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
There you go. Boom.
That was obvious. And plus it looks cooler.
No doubt about it. Now they know what to get me.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bacon XL NY pizza, topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra-large foldable New York-style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
At US Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. US Bank, the power of possible.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion. But when you stop and ask, who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
Well, Sacramento absolutely owned this match for 90 minutes. It was the 91st minute stoppage time that Harry Shipp was able to put one in the back of the net in an unbelievable evening from Brian Meredith. Give him all the credit for keeping his side in this one. But here it is again, laid it up top, took a slight deflection off of Mitchell Tainer, and just enough out of Josh Cohen's view, and it snuck past him, and that was the game-tying goal in stoppage time. A heartbreaker here for Sacramento fans, Kevin.
Yeah, a heartbreaker, absolute dagger in extra time. You put in all the work, all the effort. Just goes to show you how quickly things can change.
Cameron Owasso, 60 minutes in, scored the game's first goal, which appeared to be the game-winning goal for most of this evening. As Sacramento controlled, you really saw in total about 5 solid minutes from the Seattle side. How does Sacramento not become deflated from what just happened in stoppage time and turn this and make this a win and move on to the next round?
This is always a tough position after you put in a good amount of work and you end up conceding in extra time. It's hard to kind of regroup and realize, okay, we got 15 minutes left to go. But really, it comes down to your veteran players and your coaching staff to keep people motivated. And it's got to be the thought process. We've already put the work in. We've got this far. Let's not stop now. Keep putting more work in. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And try to dig out a W here tonight after all that hard work you did put in. Don't make it for naught.
So we'll play 2 15-minute halves, and then still no score. We'll move on to penalty kicks. The last time the Republic went into extra time, that was back in 2015 at Avaya Stadium against San Jose, and they would end up losing in penalty kicks, and that was a game they were up, I believe, 2-0. Chris Wondolowski with a fantastic second half, and so the San Jose Earthquakes would tie it, and then in penalties, there was an opportunity for Republic to win, and they would fall 6-5 in penalties. But a great run nonetheless. They'd follow up that run with what happened a year ago and beating RSL 4-1 here at Papa Murphy's Park. Strong performance tonight, but just enough from Seattle to sneak it in and keep it at 1-1 by the end of regulation.
Sacramento still has a couple substitutes left.
Seattle, on the other hand, for their Open Cup, they've won 4 times. Last time coming in 2014. Last year, they lost to San Jose Earthquakes 2-1. Tower Bridge Battalion and many of the fans still stick around on a very cool night here in June, which typically you could see temperatures at maybe high 70s, low 80s. Today, 68 degrees at kickoff, one of the coolest temperatures we've had in a June match in the 5 years of Sacramento Republic soccer. Seattle will continue to move to the south end of the field. Republic will move toward the north and face the Tower Bridge Battalion. Tony Alfaro moving along that touchline and a throw for the Republic. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. We appreciate you joining us here for this 4th round U.S. Open Cup match. Owasic. Matty Osic can't keep it. Switching the field, finding Harry Wingo, or at least attempting to, and it found the beyond Bajev, who turns to look upfield. Great along these touchlines. Couldn't find Owasic. David Olson, he came in as a substitute in this one. Sounders have used all 3 substitutes. So for Sacramento, a bit of an advantage in this situation is that the only substitute they have made is Yuri Matiasic, and that was for Elliot Horde in the 75th minute. Crossing ball, making a run, Waylon Francis. Francis just outside the area, will send a cross in, back heel, dangerous play from the Sounders. And Felix Chankum with another good opportunity. And a player that has given the Republic fits in 2 USL matches. Tried to go ahead at 2-1. No golden goals again here. So we'll play the full 30. And it seems that we'll be seeing a substitution from Simon Elliott here shortly. Probably a veteran-like player like a Jaime Villarreal, I imagine. Right side building. Republic. Wilson's knee shot. Cutting in to the right side. Will send a low cross in. Here's Adam Moffat. Down the box he goes. Will not get the whistle, even as he pleads for it, as he still stays down.
Got a legitimate shout for a penalty right there.
Would have been a devastating play for Seattle, who's had a couple players cramping. They have no more substitutions, and a great step here by Jeremy Hull. Adam Moffat running. Matty Osic so crafty around the ball, and the crowd can't believe that was a foul. Either way, the official Alejandro Mariscal will blow the whistle in favor of Seattle. If you're Seattle, what are you looking to do here, Kevin?
I don't know. You got a couple big worries to consider right now. You got Chenkum as well as Sari nursing some cramps. I mean, really, realistically, you got to think about building a fortress and hunker down, a bunker down a little bit, and prevent Sacramento from breaking and scoring.
Sacramento's had opportunities tonight. Big saves from Brian Meredith all evening has kept Seattle in this one. They're tied at 1 after regulation. Here's beyond, but Bajev nearly sneaks it through the arms of Brian Meredith, and Meredith again comes up big for the Sounders.
Yeah, great strike right there by Bajev. I think that ball got more pace than Brian Meredith anticipates. Once again, as it hits the deck, probably picks up some speed. Great strike. Brian Meredith just gets his fingertips on it to push it wide.
best performance we've seen from a visiting goalkeeper at Papa Murphy's Park this season. Sacramento trying to move on, but they've had a tough time getting past Brian Meredith. Here's Mitchell Tainer, looks to get a good head on it. And Carlos Rodriguez tracking it down.
The big lad.
The big center back with a curling cross in. An opportunity for Sacramento. Bouncing around still into the 18. And they can't score again. And the crowd here at Papa Murphy's Park is beside themselves.
Great little flick on that near post.
I mean, from your center back, Kevin Goldthwait, you can't ask more than that.
Yeah, great piece of skill right here. Look at this flick. Love the flick. Tainer, good little body right there by Sari.
A lot of credit to Ray Sari there, as he likely prevented that from being a goal. A corner kick for Sacramento. Beyond Bajev. Camera shaking as the crowd is stomping their feet. Bajev angling ball in, bouncing around, bodies falling. Sacramento not able to get a good look on target as Moffitt falls over the back of Mitchell Tainer, and they'll run back quickly.
Yeah, looks like Kamawasa coming back away from goal, trying to get his head on this. Sails on him. Actually has a decent look, to be honest.
A couple of good opportunities for Sacramento, Kevin. Well, Brian Schmetzer has to be a little bit nervous of what he's seeing from his side.
Yeah, and you got Sacramento. Keep knocking on the door. Keep doing what you're doing.
How big are those plays after giving up that goal in stoppage time? Here's a big mistake. An opportunity nearly gave Seattle a clean look at Josh Cohn as Mitchell Tainer is holding what appears to be his right arm, maybe his left knee, and hopefully just got
stood on.
Yeah. Okay, nothing on his knee, so that's good news. But Justin Schmidt knows he got away with one there. But how about the momentum for Sacramento, Kevin? You give up that goal for Harry Shipp in stoppage time. Now they've come back. They've gotten a couple of clean looks, and you've got to feel like they've forgotten about that goal now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, really right now, it's a different game. You got to forget about the first 90 almost. Typically, you don't see too much action in these overtime periods, Rob. Everyone plays pretty conservative, but I think Sacramento is feeling relatively good about themselves and feel like they should be getting a result here tonight, which is probably why they're coming out so aggressive right now.
So Mitchell Tainer will try to walk it off, but it appears that he got stepped on. Just a yellow card to watch. As Chenkum does have one yellow card. Roldan has one. Rodriguez has the other for Seattle. But Jev and Hall have the two for the Republic. Sari stepping up. He's played big tonight in the midfield. Laying it forward. Carlos Rodriguez gets over. Step Harry Wingo nearly to it. Back to Sari again. And while Harry Shipp maybe come away with the big goal, Ray Sari has played a big reason of why Seattle's in this match, along with Brian Meredith, who's been fantastic in goal. Moving forward, just a step late for Cameron Iwasa.
Oh, so close by Bijev. Love that look, though. That first time ball that comes to him. He's looking to spring Cam Iwasa. Heavy legs probably here, almost the 100th minute.
And he's played quite a few minutes here, Iwasa and Bijev. Sacramento will turn to the bench here in the next opportunity. Roldan, just too heavy of a touch. And Roldan, who came in the 35th minute, wasn't likely to expect to play a whole lot tonight, but he had to come in when Lamar Nagel went down. So Adam Moffitt is done, and Jaime Villarreal comes in. Jaime Villarreal played his best 90 last Saturday in the win over Orange County. Adam Moffitt came in as a substitute that night as they've tried to limit his minutes at 31 years of age. And coming off an injury season in 2017, they want to protect him, make sure he's around all season long. Good defending here by the Republic. Carlos Rodriguez stepping up, has a good right foot. Heavy, finding Bajev, volleys it down. Angling toward goal, and Brian Meredith cutting in, trying to find some teammates. Collision on the outside, and a free kick coming up for the Republic.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but a wonderful play by Carlos Rodriguez, by the way, to start that attack. Absolutely fantastic ball into the stride of Bijev. Bijev going in from that inverted winger, coming on his right foot. Typically see him be a little bit more shifty here. Slows down. Maybe a little bit of a touch there.
And Bijev and Sari still on the turf, and the trained staff will attend to both. Sacramento still has one substitution left. And I feel you still look from the Republic bench, and Ben Ziemer and Simon Elliott, they're feeling they're out to win this one here in extra time. They're not going to wait, I think, until penalty kicks. Gives too much advantage to Seattle. Meanwhile, you have to think about who you'd want taking those penalty kicks should you get there, and does play a factor in these substitutions.
Yeah, I think you saw the disappointment in Adam Moffat's face and his body language as soon as he saw his number on the board. I believe Adam's one of those guys that wants the weight, the pressure on his shoulders.
And Bijev and Sari still down, as I think they collided knee to shin there. And so both players
checking the ACL there by Bijev. So hopefully it's nothing major.
And you know, as a competitor, you talked about Adam Moffat wanting to stay in this game, but there's also a full 2/3 left of this season. And for Simon Elliott, he's got to keep one of his most important pieces in the lineup and make sure he's healthy throughout the year. And as you know, these are the type of matches where you start playing late, you're not used to a lot of these minutes. That's when you tend to get hurt. The Republic have one substitution coming, and if Vian Bijev can't go, we may see Luis Espino, the other youngster from Torreon, Mexico.
So you're gonna start thinking about longevity of your players here too. If you're Simon or even Schmetzer, is it worth Bijev giving him a go here for the rest of this match, or do you give him a break, give him an opportunity to not further or worsen anything? It looks like he's walking off. Both of them are walking off fine, which is a good sign.
So Tower Bridge Battalion raining boos down upon the Seattle side. Ray Sari off the pitch, as is Vian Bijev, but a great set piece here. What are you looking for here from the Republic?
So this is one of those that's relatively close. So if you're going to try to get it over the wall, you can't hit it too hard. It's got to be a touch, delicate touch. Or if you're going to hit it hard, it can't be going over the wall. It's going to go around the wall.
102 minutes here at Papa Murphy's Park. Villarreal back to Schmidt. Villarreal back to Nishat. Nishat just trying to save the possession at this point. Villarreal just came into the match, looking to get into the corner. Those second balls still a dangerous play for the Republic, as Seattle looking to counter. Stays on his feet, Villarreal, quick touch, now he's in the midfield. Moves to the center of the park, switching to Vian Bijev, who's back into this one. Getting it, stand here, low cross, opportunity, Meredith again comes up.
Yeah, there it is from Bijev, going at it with conviction. Good ball. Love to see a run at that moment, crashing that near post.
Seattle, left side, Waylon Francis. And so an update for you between Portland and San Jose. It's Ivo Bissi and Esprilla, each with goals to take down the Earthquakes 2-0. So the Timbers will face the winner of this match between Seattle and Sacramento. The draw will be underway tomorrow to decide where that match will be played. Public fans hoping an opportunity to see their club here on June 20th. Sacramento appeared to have this one in the bag. 60-minute goal from Cameron Owasa. And then a stoppage time equalizer by Harry Shipp. Brian Meredith with 4 fantastic saves to keep the Sounders in this one. Matiasic laid up from Gomez. Matiasic with the cross. Rebound. Wide open net. Cleared away again by Seattle.
A lot of action in front of Brian Meredith's goal. A lot of balls bouncing around. Unreal how fortunate Seattle have been that a Republic player just hasn't poached on these things and jumped on it, put it in the back of the net.
5 solid opportunities from Republic have gone to waste. 1 converted, and it was the 60th minute. 2 minutes of stoppage time added here. Rodriguez, opportunity. Sacramento, cross sent in deep. Here's Iwasa, fails the way. Bajev into the 18, looking for teammate, comes up Schmidt.
Target.
We'll let Kevin Goldthwait say that all night, and you're right. What we saw from Harry Shipp was keeping it low, finding target, and it found the back of the net. The 3rd time tonight, Sacramento sailed one over the bar.
It's a tough ball to hit, but still should be able to find target from that situation, that position.
Tower Bridge Battalion booing Ray Sari and company, as it seems Seattle has one thing on their mind, and that's get to penalty kicks. Some of their players are starting to drop, and
this isn't anything crazy by Seattle. Honestly, I think this is a genuine. I mean, they have no subs left.
He's been down 3 times tonight.
He's cramping. I mean, at the end of the day, get him off the field if he can't go. Same thing with Schenkum.
And at what point do you risk injury of these players? With Brian Schmetzer and a team that has been hard to come by wins throughout this 2018 season, this may be one of those things where they're hoping for a spark in the Open Cup to give the Sounders some momentum. So in for the Sounders is Shipp, Schenkum, Roldan, Olsen, Sari, Wingo, Delham, L, Alfaro, and Francis in the back line, and Brian Meredith, as you see there, who has been the star of this evening. For Sacramento, it's Yuri Matiasic, Vian Bajev, Cameron Iwasa, Wilson Nisha, Jeremy Hall, Jaime Villarreal, Justin Schmidt, Carlos Rodriguez, Mitchell Tainer, Gomez, and Josh Cohen, who had a shutout going until stoppage time. Referee Alejandro Mariscal showing that he is keeping track of this time that is being spent by the Sounders. Schmidt, good angling ball, little slip up from Waylon Francis, gives an opportunity to Wilson Nisha. Nisha angling in, finding Cameron Iwasa, back to Villarreal. Here's Bajev inside the area, working, trying to find some space, has to dribble out. Villarreal will switch it, looking for Matiasic, slipping down in the box. Matiasic still there, traps it down. Matiasic can't hang on. And a sliding challenge coming hard from Jeremy Hall, and they'll try to thwart the counter from Seattle. Seattle not done yet. Down goes Ray Sari one more time, and there will be a foul whistled. Oh, excuse me, you're right, it's Harry Shipp. So there's only 10 men on the field right now for Seattle, as Ray Sari is still being attended to on the sideline. Throw for Sacramento, can they capitalize here? Sacramento looking to win it in extra time. Vian Bajev, good step. Takeaway from Wingo. Coming downfield, Sacramento collapsing on Wingo as he had no one to dump it off to, and that will be the whistle for the first part of this extra time. 15 minutes more to go before we head to penalties. Kevin, you have to feel for Simon Elliott in this side that it's right there on the doorstep if they can just put it back in. Brian Meredith, again, has been fantastic in this match, and he continues to play well. Meanwhile, one player you thought was not as sharp as the game started was Vian Bajev. As this game has continued, he has seemed to get better.
Yeah, he's filling in. I still think in that in the situations that we've become accustomed to, seeing Bajev on that left side coming on his right, super effective, getting good services in the box. They're getting a couple strikes. He's done that. He's also had a couple plays where I think the ball gets lost in him because he's taking too many touches and he's not making his mind up quick enough. But still, I think he played himself into this game. But now, switching sides here, I think this is going to be an important part of this game too, where Sacramento's now going into the wind. Seattle's going with the wind. So another thing to think about, can Seattle put the foot on the gas? However, they got some injuries, some guys hurt right now. Look at this great little ball by Adam Moffitt. And a good finish by Cam. Unfortunate for Sacramento that that's not the game-winning goal. And here's the goal, Harry Shipp. Just simple inside of the foot pass. Just trying to put it on target. Does exactly that. Say it again, good things happen when you put the ball on target.
So for the Sacramento Republic, they watched Cameron Iwasa do it, and then several times after that, you saw chance after chance, 3 fantastic saves from Brian Meredith tonight. Hats off to number 35, the 28-year-old goalkeeper from New Jersey, who has hung in there, come back to Seattle, hoping for an opportunity. With Stefan Fry, one of the best goalkeepers in 2016, goalkeeper of the year. Has continued to perform well. So not a lot of opportunity for Meredith, who has spent some time in the USL. And tonight trying to show what he can do. And I'll tell you what, if you're Brian Schmetzer and Preki and the rest of the Sounders staff, you got to be feeling pretty good about the performance you've received from number 35.
He's done everything that was asking him in the second half.
Wind continuing to whip here at Papa Murphy's Park. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you. It's a late one. It's the last match tonight in the U.S. Open Cup. Again, Portland took down San Jose. They're moving on to the 5th round. The winner of this match will either face the Timbers at home or at Providence Park. Cameron Iwasa and the Republic will start off. Jeremy Hall trying to fire up the crowd here. It's a late night, a school night here in Sacramento. As the clock inches closer to 10:30 at night. Whistle blows from Mariscal and we're back underway. Quick start. Similar play we saw to start the game from Jeremy Hall to Vian Bajev. Matijasic waiting. Fires it up. Ball back. Opportunity, Iwasa. Republic have one more substitution. The Seattle Sounders do not. They've used all 3. The last one was Harry Shipp, who has the game-tying goal in the extra time in 91st minute. And now they have a nice build-up here. Shipp moving, looking to his left, goes to his right. It's Waylon Francis on the overlap. Dowell down low. Nearly a goal opportunity for the Sounders, and the best look they've had since the regulation ended.
Yeah, it's a really good look. Great build up there, building out of the back. Harry Shipp does a great job, finds Waylon Francis. And a good ball across the face of the goal. Leaves Josh Cohen frozen here. And almost outstretched is Olsen.
Hard challenge on the right side here as Wilson Nisha pops right back up. Waylon Francis in there on the challenge. Gomez to throw, Matijasic. Sacramento has controlled most of this game. And when Elliot Horde found Cameron Iwasa, it felt like that may be the game winner. Not so fast, said Harry Shipp. And got his first goal of the 2018 season. Wilson Nisha keeps it in play. Nisha will likely have his last few touches here. It's one more substitution for the Republic. Lays it off into the corner. Gomez won't be able to get to it. And now with that wind still whipping, the Republic going into the wind, how does this possibly change their attack?
Well, it's going to change their attack. It's going to prevent that dump off ball into the channels. You know, when in doubt, if you're under pressure in the back, it's going to really make it easier for Seattle to attack as well.
Brian Meredith, 2.45 goal against average in USL play this year, 10 goals allowed in 4 appearances. Tonight, his best performance of the year. Has allowed 1, but has made 4 brilliant saves for the Sounders. Seattle likely trying to get to penalties.
There's no reason to foul there.
And here is the final substitution of the evening. And Wilson Nishaw night is over. And it is Luis Espino, the pacey midfielder from Mexico, who we teased earlier may come into this match, now does. So we'll probably see him fall into the midfield a bit, but he is the freshest legs in this match, along with Yuri Matiasic. Can these two combine and make something happen? Luis Espino scored the game-tying goal against Tulsa earlier this year in a match where the Republic went down 1-0 after 2 minutes of play. Faro, good service in. Espino quick to it. Jaime Villarreal.
Great ball.
Crossing the field. Switches the defense in play, and now it's Bajev moving. Bajev, quick little touch. Can he get across? Down he goes. Cross still comes in. Brian Meredith has an opportunity for it. But a strong challenge on that right side from Jordy Dellum, able to break it up just a tad. We'll go to penalty kicks if neither side can score here in extra time. Sacramento have outplayed the Sounders here, but they've not been able to convert on that crucial goal. About 6 minutes to go, Kevin, or so. What do you expect here from the Republic?
I think if you're the Republic, you got to believe that there's going to be another chance. One more opportunity. And can he capitalize if it does come and when it does come?
Good step, Shannon Gomez. Gomez brought down from behind, and there's going to be a yellow card handed out to David Olson, the game's 6th yellow card, and the 4th for the Sounders. Set piece. Who do you like here? Matiasic, potentially Jaime Villarreal with an in-swinger. But they might keep Jaime at the top of the point for a second ball opportunity to loft it right back in.
The wind's going to help you here. It's going to bring the ball out away from the net.
So it will be Yuri Matiasic, the Slovenian national, who signed 5 games into this 2018 season. He has earned his way into the starting lineup, played fantastic against Orange County on Saturday, looking to get a game winner here. Follow up from Tainer, and Tainer's just a bit behind it. And a goal kick for Meredith.
A really good ball by Matiasic. Tough one to try to redirect on target if you're Mitchell Tainer with it bouncing, but a great ball in nonetheless. Runs just weren't there.
And a bit tired legs maybe having something to do with that here, as we have now embarked on the 110th minute. Meredith told to hurry up. Gomez battling 50-50 ball with Olsen, excuse me. Espino, Cameron Iwasa, who's played some of his best 45 minutes of soccer in a USL uniform here in the US Open Cup. He has been a player that's continued to get better. 6 goals on the season for the Sacramento native.
Good step right there, Sacramento's ball.
Still feel the momentum's in Sacramento's favor, and they limited mistakes, made one there, but overall they have controlled possession throughout this match. Wingo. Tower Bridge Battalion still cheering the north end of the field here. Waylon Francis has a little bit of room here. Dumps it off to Ship, who has the game-tying goal in extra time. Alex Roldan looking to cut. Good defending by Bajev. And a hold, and Bajev will earn the call. Wind continues to whip toward the north end of the field as Republic head into it. Brian Schmetzer and Simon Elliott both off the bench, barking directions.
Poor decision there by Carlos.
Who can capitalize on a mistake here? Penalty kicks will surely fall into the favor of Seattle, as this is a team who has been on their back heels for most of the night. Hard angling ball, looking to find Espino. Olsen off the face of Gomez. Sorry, too heavy of a touch. The wind playing a factor for the Sounders. You can hear the wind just battling our microphones here. The microphone's not going to win this battle. Sacramento heading into that wind here. Either side able to really connect as this game moves on. The Sacramento Republic, second place in the USL's Western Conference with 24 points. Meanwhile, the Sounders of MLS, 8 points, their worst start in club history since 2009. They have won an MLS Cup a year ago. Excuse me, 2 years ago. A year ago, they were in the MLS final. And here they are, shoulder to shoulder, strong play from Jeremy Hall. And somehow this club is off to its slow start for the third straight season. This year it seems a bit different with so many injuries they've had. Good step in from Dellum. Trying to get past this Republic's back line to break free. Rodriguez, step here from Bajev. Trying to make something happen into the 18. Steps up Iwasa. Iwasa. Rebound. Matty Yay! Matty with the potential game-winning goal. Can they hold off for a few more minutes? Sacramento is in a frenzy here at Papa Murphy's Park.
I tell you, Rob, they've been knocking on the door all night. There's only so much Brian Meredith can do. And I'll say it again, good things happen when you put the ball on target. A great example right there. Great strike by Cam Iwasa. And right place, right time. Look at that step by Bijev as well. Great little layoff. Good touch. Get your head up. Have a strike, son. And a wonderful follow-up there by Matty Osic. Quick thinking, clever on his toes. Get a good look right here. Simple redirection in the back of the net. Onside. Well-deserved, in my opinion. Now it's a matter of seeing this thing out. 5 minutes left.
Yuri Matijasic, his second goal of the 2018 season. And that one's a big one for the Republic. As they let this game slip out of their hands, Cameron Iwasa scored in the 60th, and now we have a repeat as Yuri Matijasic scores, and it's Bajev who steps up again. Bajev cutting through, it's Rodriguez who gets a foot there and will send it into the stands.
Great job. Once again, good little step by Bajev.
About 4 minutes to go here from Papa Murphy's Park. The Republic looking to move on and take on the Portland Timbers in the 5th round. Tower Bridge Battalion, the fans are abuzz here at Papa Murphy's Park, trying to hold on, cheer their boys on for a few more minutes. Another great step from Jeremy Hall, an unsung hero tonight, Kevin. He's battled with Chenkum, he's played well in the midfield, and here he is again. He is trying to battle and keep his team in it. Ray Sari, meanwhile, along the touchline, he may be done for the night. Not a lot of opportunity coming for this side as Ray Sari tries to work his way back into it. His legs appear to have given up on him. So nearly down a man. While they have 11 on the field, Sari remains right on the touchline. Republic will try to control and move this thing from side to side and play keep away. Owasa not done yet, will break free. A foul, Antonio Faro, and a free kick, and that just means more time off the clock.
Yeah, burn the time off the clock. Ray Sari's checking back in. It does not look like he's moving that well. But a good opportunity here. Burn some more time off this clock. Great job by Cam Owasa again. Gutsy performance here by Sari.
Almost play a decoy at this moment in time just to give Republic more to think about. Into the corner it goes, Matijasic, and he'll be whistled for a foul as he goes shoulder to shoulder with Olsen.
Find it interesting that all of a sudden the linesman's got his flag up.
Ball sent deep.
Great turn.
Cameron Owasa has looked brilliant tonight. In fact, this may be his best professional season of his career. A great get for this Republic side to return home a player who grew up in this city, played a couple of years here after not being signed out of UC Irvine, and he has been a great addition in 2018. He has really formed out to be an all-around player.
If he can figure out, continue to do what he's done in this the second half as well as this overtime period, there's no reason why Cam shouldn't be playing at the next level.
Into the corner goes for Seattle. All right, so apparently the draw would not be officially between the Republic and Portland should the Republic hold on. So we do apologize for that. So meanwhile, there will be the official drawing tomorrow to see who the Republic will play and where. And now we have some cramping from the Republic. And they're going to bring in the medical staff as the final moments tick away here. Josh Cohen will dribble out. Wind continues to blow here on a cold night in June in Sacramento.
Might be field conditions too here, Rob, which is playing into this. You see a lot of guys cramping right now. See a lot of guys sliding around as well. Maybe it's just a bit heavy turf.
Shankham still trying to stretch out. It's Yuri Matijasic who
only played 30 minutes.
Yeah, he came in as a substitute. Does have the potential game winner as we speak. 1 minute of stoppage time added here at Papa Murphy's Park. So Republic 60 seconds away from holding on to a victory and moving on to the 5th round. The drawing tomorrow again will determine who the Republic will play should they hold on and secure the win against the Seattle Sounders. Owasa battling until the very end. Sounders with a throw. Desperation time for the Seattle side, who will try to break free and get one good look here as time is nearly running out. Either way, a fantastic performance from Brian Meredith to keep the Sounders into this game in the first place. Nearly had no business being here as Owasa goes down hard. A foul is drawn and more time will come off, more importantly.
Great job by Cam again.
And that will do it. The Republic are moving on to the 5th round for the 2nd consecutive year. They take down the MLS side. This time it took a little bit longer to do so, but either way, the Tower Bridge Battalion and fans here in Sacramento are thrilled to see their club moving on.
Yeah, well deserved by Sacramento. What a fight and what an effort here tonight.
So the Sacramento Republic get a goal in the 60th minute, and they would need a little bit more, as now there's some extra shoving and situation happening out on the field. And so fans are trying to see exactly what's happening here, but a little bit of a scrum, and it appears some of the Sounder player not taking too kindly to what was being said after the match. And this is a bit unfortunate after a long fought battle between these two sides, but Harry Shipp was not thrilled with whatever Wilson Nishaw apparently may have said, or Jeremy Hall. Hard to see who's in the scrum. Either way, they're having a hard time breaking this up, and they'll settle things down. So let's take a look at our full-time highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. Sacramento starting this thing off, and they had the pressure going. A couple of good looks early on as they battled their way through a good result. Here was the game's first goal in the 60th minute. Elliot Horde finding Cameron Iwasa.
Yeah, great little play right here. Love of the step. Good ball won in the midfield. Quick move forward and a good little finish here by Cam Iwasa to give themselves that 1-goal lead. Once again, kind of starting off that great second half that Cam had.
And then this would be the one that would cause a bit of agony here at Papa Murphy's Park. Harry Shipp on the rebound from the top, sails it in, and just like that, it all disappeared, and it was tied 1-1 as the Sounders were able to score in extra time. Here we are in the final moments of this one. The rebound, Yuri Matiasic would seal it 2-1.
Yeah, great strike by Cam Iwasa. And Yuri Matiasic, obviously quick on his feet, follows it up like a striker should, puts it in the back of the net, put him back in the net.
So look at this. Shots 26 for the night. I believe that may be a record for the Republic. If not, it's pretty close. Incredible performance by this side tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, great performance and good gritty performance too. You know, going down, getting scored on in the 92nd or 91st minute, taking the win out of your sails, but still coming back and fighting in that first overtime period and fighting the second to get that goal.
And how about this? We don't talk a lot about it, but that back line and Josh Cohen, again, a fantastic, well, this time 120 minutes.
I mean, really didn't give Seattle much of anything throughout this entire game. Obviously, that goal, a tough one to concede with coming off of Mitchell Tainer, being a deflection, but still, they absolutely looked really, really solid tonight as a unit, as a back four, and even a 5 at times. So happy to see that. Now it's an opportunity to build off it, but big, I celebrate this, enjoy this tonight. You got a big game coming up here on the weekend.
So let's take a look now at Papa Murphy's man of the match, and you could point to a lot of players tonight, but I thought he battled all night long and playing up top, no doubt about it. Cameron Iwasa also got a goal.
Yeah, Cam Iwasa, great job, and you know, obviously gets the goal and creates the second goal, but a lot of hold-up play that was really good. A lot of plays stretching the field, stretching the pitch, getting in behind Seattle's back four and making it difficult for them.
So let's take a look at our zoom image of the match and embrace and all smiles and excitement from the players on the field tonight as they take down an MLS side for the second consecutive season. Kevin, that has to feel good as a franchise.
Absolutely, great feeling, and hopefully the next round you can get here in Sacramento, bring another MLS team up here and treat the fans to what they deserve. An MLS team coming in and hopefully have another good game. Sacramento hopefully get a result.
So let's take a look at our Western Conference standings, a big one coming up, and this is a battle that's taking place here at the top. Phoenix, Sacramento tied at 24 points apiece. Real Monarchs still a solid team, already running away with this thing. Portland Timbers 2 right in the thick of things. We saw Orange County. Reno has climbed their way back up into the top 8 now. So this is going to be a serious fight throughout the rest of the season. But we have a game coming up on Saturday. Hope to see you right back here at Papa Murphy's Park. I want to thank our entire crew for staying so late tonight. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. The Republic on to the 5th round for the U.S. Open Cup.
What if I told you a soccer team sponsored by a liquor store that didn't practice had the chance to beat a team that won a title?